And the last one was you'd see a lot of M&A.
Well, you got that one. That is
on fire.
It's on fire, M&A.
Unbelievable.
For good reason.
Yeah. So, and the reason was, this analysis is about 6 months old. When we made the prediction, it was about $380 billion in cash on these companies. It turns out that tech acquirers now have about $650 billion in cash.
Yeah, I just did a whole blog post on this, and
you did? Okay.
I did just the top 6 have 450.
Yeah, it's stunning.
It's stunning. So here you have software companies going back. We'll go back one.
Okay.
Here we have $380 billion cash for software acquirer. These are just software companies.
Just software companies.
So it's leaving out the big one, Apple, which has over $200 billion in cash and cash equivalents.
So that gets you to close to 600.
Which gets you close to 600. And Microsoft is at 100. It's so interesting. Everybody's like, oh, Microsoft's irrelevant. It's like Microsoft is $100 billion in cash.
Yeah.
And every quarter they're printing a couple more billion.
Yeah.
Google is now over 80. This data must be just a quarter old or something.
Yeah,
Cisco, massive amount of cash. There's just tons of cash sitting there. And these companies also have the ability to draw down on bonds at 0%. You know, you look at something like Amazon, they don't have a ton of cash.
Yeah.
But
they can borrow. They
can borrow against $30 billion a quarter in sales. And at any point in time, they could be profitable, right?
Yeah.
Based on data.
Yeah. Based on
Which company is the best data-driven company today? Who's using data to make the most money? In other words, who is able to actually turn data into money?
I think Google and Facebook are the best.
Why?
They have network effects in their businesses. And
Explain.
So, well, the bigger they get, the more. So, Facebook's a really good example, right? Like the more users Facebook gets, the more valuable Facebook becomes.
Mm-hmm.
The more information they have on those users, the better they can target ads.
Got it. So it's a massive flywheel. You're spinning your hand here. Hey, if they get more, every time they get another user, they get more data.
Yeah.
Every time they analyze that data and provide that data to advertisers, their ads get more effective.
Yes.
Therefore, the ad inventory is not wasted.
Exactly.
That's one of the very interesting things, right? Because Google did not, if you bought ads on Google, and I bought the keyword, I don't know, Hawaii vacation because I wanted to sell them a Tesla because I figured, Hawaiian vacations, those people can afford Teslas. If they don't click on the Tesla ad, what does Google do?
Google doesn't show the ad.
Right.
So they lose potential money, right?
They potentially lose money, but the inventory becomes more efficient.
Yes.
Therefore, ultimately, it's better for everybody.
That's right.
Whereas when Tesla buys ads, or Tesla doesn't buy ads, bad example, but if Mercedes bought ads on Business Insider, they don't know who's seeing it.
No,
they bought Business Insider.
Yeah.
The display ad racket is one of the reasons why Yahoo collapsed. Because they had a display business, not like a very scientific business.
Yeah. Yeah. We were competing with them. At Google, we were competing with them. And one of the stories in the book actually is a story of how we used the Google search crawler in order to figure out what the relative market share was. Because we were crawling all these web pages so we could see which ad code was running. And so we could tell you every day what was the relative market share of AdSense versus Yahoo Publisher Network.
Hey, everybody, I want to take a moment to tell you about retargeting. This is a very, very important thing for startups to understand because customer acquisition is what it's all about, and AdRoll is the best retargeting platform on the planet. Over 25,000 advertisers use it. And I want to tell you today about a new product they have. It's called Send Roll. No, it's not sending to get your rolls and buttered rolls. No, this is about email. And Send Roll lets you get all those people who are window shoppers, people who are checking out your website, and then you can convert them into buyers, which is what you want, getting them to sign up for your product or service by email. So imagine they visit your site, but then they get an email follow-up. SendRoll is powerful retargeting tech plus effective emails, and the results have been spectacular. The average SendRoll gets a 45 to 60% open rate and a 10 to 20% click-through. And I can tell you, running inside.com, that is probably 4 times the industry average. And it's so easy to set up a SendRoll campaign. It just takes minutes. They give you all the templates, and they have a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week customer service line if you need help. And what I always like to do when we have somebody who has a product that's loved on our program, we don't want to read any sponsor messages, any partner messages for things that are not loved. The great part is a lot of my founders from my portfolio use AdRoll, so it's very easy for me to talk about their new product, SendRoll. James Heller, the founder of Rapify, which went through my incubator, says AdRoll is an integral part of our customer acquisition strategy. It allows us to continue to garner impressions long after the initial customer interaction. It's also one of the most cost-effective tools to bolster any integrated marketing strategy. AdRoll is the best retargeting platform, period. That's according to James Heller, good friend of mine and one of my investments at Rapify. So here's your call to action, everybody. Try SendRoll and get a $100 credit. Just go to adroll.com/twist, 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 and get that $100 credit. And please try that SendRoll and give them some feedback and let them know that Jason sent you. Okay, let's get back to this amazing program.